That same day, Gayle King got the interview with R. Kelly, that explosive interview. Our Astrid in the ATL was right there in New York. She was there to interview Gayle.
Yeah, and Astrid, as you were behind the scenes at CBS This Morning, you really didn't get a whole lot of time, though, to chat with Gayle.
No, not really, because it was such a busy day at Studio 57 this past Tuesday. I walked onto the set and Gayle gave me a quick hello, but then she told me she was headed to catch a flight. Later, I found out, of course, she was headed to Chicago. So then I sat down with the rest of the CBS This Morning team. We talked about the show's beginning and its future.
We begin this morning with a look at today's eye-opener.
In the morning show wars, CBS for years has differentiated itself from its ABC and NBC rivals.
So when I first started working at CBS in Charlotte, it was 2012, and it was announced that this show was going to launch. We were very curious and also, just excited to see where it was going to go. Nora, you've been here since the beginning.
And welcome back to CBS This Morning here at
Tell me about the journey. How did you guys find your space? Because, of course, at that time, GMA and Today was just so prominent.
Well, we believe that morning television is the crown jewel of broadcast journalism. Nowhere else can you do 2 hours of live television and have the first crack at the day's news every day. And what we've done here in the mornings is we have reimagined the mornings to fit the values of CBS News. So we believe in original reporting and great storytelling. A new report out this morning reveals
And it's been a steady climb. You guys have been able to carve out your niche, get your loyal fan base.
Well, look, we're all curious. We're all friends. We all come to the show and add our own perspectives on stories, like Nora said, that we saw last night or this morning. We'll follow up with conversations that we have at the table. I mean, that's what I think is really unique about this show in particular for a network, to bring some of the conversations that we have, the length of time that we give some of these topics and conversations, and everything ranging from foreign policy to health care to child care.
After a major setback, people around the world rallied behind her.
And people talk about wanting to be a part of that conversation. It's infectious when you're watching it. I mean, people have their favorites certainly in the show, but they also want to be a part of that conversation. They're asking or are interested in the same kind of way that we are.
And welcome back to CBS This Morning. Here's a look at some of this morning's headlines.
The last couple of years has been a time of change for network television. That change for CBS has resulted in the first ever female president of network news.
Culturally, this organization has made a lot of changes, and they have been for the better.
Yeah.
And they're going to continue to make those changes for the better, because women cannot succeed in the 21st century, and the 21st century can't be the century of women, as I say, until we have to recognize what went wrong and provide sort of the solutions. And I'm confident that CBS has done those things.
I'd like to think our viewers trust us, too.
With a commitment to what's real and what's important.
You're watching CBS This Morning.
So I really have to say that as a young girl that, grew up in Colombia in a time where one of the biggest drug lords at the time would kill journalists because they told the news. It was really just an honor to be in this building with so many iconic journalists have worked. I mean, I feel privileged to come here every day, but over there you feel the history as well. And I'm thankful for the experience. It was wonderful. They answered my questions. I was grateful for that as well. A bit nervous because it's a big stage, but it worked out well. I held my own.
I mean, you did a great job. And I mean, just that group, we hope that Gayle King stays because we know her contract's up. But just to see them together and be so transparent through so many changes and to say, hey, come talk to us.
Yeah, I admired that so much about the team because, as audience, we go on journeys with them.
Yeah.
So we like the fact that they keep us informed. But speaking of Gayle, we have a little bit more of her interview with R. Kelly coming up in about 5 minutes.
It was
Does he
good.
stand
If you
up
didn't
and
get a
shout
chance
again?
to watch it, we couldn't stop talking about it in the newsroom. So
Does
we'll
he
have
start
that for you.
crying when he gets powdered again? Sorry. Thank you, Astrid.